adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring the Jet-A Jerry O'Lace, Rocket J. Squirrel, and his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
Last time, you remember, our heroes had captured Maybe Dick, the whaling whale, who turned out to be a huge pirate ship in disguise. Now they are gleefully steering Maybe Dick back to port, all unaware of the trouble that lies ahead, or rather, below. For deep in the hold of Maybe Dick, the defeated Boris Horatio Hornswoggle is preparing...
Defeated? Who's defeated?
We are, darling. You and me and Rollo here.
Nonsense. Just a little setback is all.
Boris, if we were set back any further, we'd be out of story altogether.
Don't be silly, Natasha. By the time we're through, those goody-goods up there will be shaking in their goody-good shoes.
You mean...
Yes. We have only begun to fright.
And as if that weren't enough, high above our heroes, a squadron of British planes are searching for Maybe Dick in order to destroy him.
I say, sir, then it is now.
Good old Featherby.
Well, sir, shouldn't we attack the blighter?
Are you mad, Featherby? I haven't finished my tea.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Bad show, Featherby.
But our heroes had no knowledge of the planes droning overhead. They only knew that they had taken command of the Maybe Dick.
And we're heading for home.
With Peter Peachfuzz at the wheel. Hard apart the lee astern, spin the wheel and watch it turn.
Rocky, I don't want to be a snitch, but Captain Peachfuzz is steering in circles again.
Don't worry, Bullwinkle. I disconnected the steering wheel.
Round and round goes the Maybe Dick spinner, and when she stops, there's always a winner.
And he's not really in command of the ship?
No, but why spoil his fun? Besides, we have other things to worry about.
Well, as long as we got something to worry about.
We do.
I was a little worried about not having anything to worry about.
Yeah, but...
Not being worried worried me.
Yeah, but...
But now you say there is something to worry about.
Yeah,
So
but...
now I'm not worried.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but what?
I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say.
Probably something about that pirate captain down below. What was his name?
Hornswoggle, Horatio Hornswoggle.
And sure enough, in the doorway stood the pirate chief himself.
What's that in his hand, Rocky?
Looks like a bomb with a burning fuse.
It isn't an all-day sucker.
What are you going to do with it?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, but if he does absolutely nothing, it'll go off in a minute.
Well, don't just stand there. Do something.
Okay, Moose, first I take over ship, then I feed you to fishes.
But that's terrible.
It's terrible for you, is very nice for fishes.
Yeah, we mustn't be selfish, Rock.
Now, wait a minute, Bullwinkle. There's two of us and only one of him.
Oh, you are the sharp-eyed rascal.
No. I mean, if we jump him, the odds are in our favor.
Not for long, buddy. Yoo-hoo-rallo!
Yes, the enormous ape was just outside the door, and at Boris's call, he plunged into the room. Unfortunately, the swinging door hit Boris's arm, and the bomb with its splintering fuse began to roll about the deck.
Grab it, Bullwinkle!
But as fate would have it, the Maybe Dick was at that moment running into heavy seas, and as the deck tilted back and forth, the bomb rolled about crazily, its fuse growing shorter and shorter.
I got it!
No, I got it.
Who got it?
You got it.
No, he got it.
Throw it, Rollo. Throw like this. Oh, what happened?
You didn't tell him which way to throw it.
Oh, foo-foo.
Look out! Here it comes again. Throw it overboard, Bullwinkle!
Right, Rocky.
But as Bullwinkle dashed for the side, the deck tilted sharply, and he slid right back to where he started from.
Short trip.
But it looked like a longer one coming up, for at that moment... Don't miss our next episode, Fast and Moose or Charlie's Antler.
Ah, yes, Prince Hyacinth and the Dear Little Princess. Just about the longest title we've had yet. At any rate, in the kingdom of Normandy, located near 3rd and La Brea, there lived a king named Dumb the 73rd. You see, that's how kingdoms get their names, from a king named Dumb. Funny?
Oh, why am I laughing? I'm miserable.
Yes, King Dumb was in love with a beautiful queen.
Beautiful, but mixed up. You know what I mean?
Yes, the queen was mixed up, for she was under an enchantment.
And I feel terrible, too.
How's it going, sweetie?
Well, I'd feel fine if I could just get out from under this enchantment.
Yeah.
It keeps hanging on.
Yeah, I know. Enchantment. Cry, aye. That stuff went out with a hula hoop. Next thing, she'll be telling me she sees fairies, like that one. Hey, this is ridiculous.
Ridiculous? If it wasn't for our business agent, I'd turn you into a frog.
Your business agent?
Certainly. International Fairies Guild Local 42.
Oh, of course.
But my call sheet says I'm supposed to help you out instead. So, what's to help?
Well, it's the queen, really. She thinks she's under some sort of enchantment. Now, did you ever...
She got a cat? A cat. Has she got a cat?
Oh, yeah, it's about so big.
Step on its tail.
Step on its tail?
You want to break the enchantment?
Oh, yeah.
So stomp already. Sign here, please.
What's this?
It's your receipt. That'll be $32.50, please.
I'll just sign for it.
Fairy number 53. Mission completed. Over.
Fairy 53, this is Red Fox Leader. Go to 3rd and Spring. Woman with a hair problem. Ask for Rapunzel. Over and out.
Roger.
Step on the cat's tail. Oh, how are you, dear?
Enchanted.
Gargling doesn't help, huh?
Ooh, gargling, aspirins, mustard plasters, nothing.
Maybe if I stepped on your cat's tail.
Are you out of your mind?
I didn't think it was a good idea.
But as King Dumb turned to go...
Is this where I get changed into a frog?
Worse than that, fella. Let me look. You will marry the queen and have a son with a nose like a cassava melon. And until he says to the world, I got a nose like a cassava melon, he'll have a nose like a cassava melon. You got that?
Oh, it seems a little harsh.
But if anybody tells him the magic words ahead of time, they shall perish, like instantly. Understand?
Is it over? Am I a frog?
I don't think so, dear.
No, he wasn't. And what's more, the queen was no longer under her enchantment. And so the king married the queen, and they lived happily ever after until their first son was born, at which time the king turned into a frog and was never heard from again.
You know, I sort of expected this all along.
All hail Prince Dumb the 74th!
Not Dumb, Hyacinth. Prince Hyacinth the First.
But your majesty.
He's just like a sweet little hyacinth with his 2 little eyes and his sweet little mouth and his sweet little button. This is a nose.
Looks more like a cassava melon.
Silence! No one shall make fun of my little hyacinth.
And so the queen declared that everybody in the kingdom should wear a false nose just as big as the princess. And they did. All went smoothly until one day...
Mother dear, I'll be 35 years old tomorrow.
Yes, dear.
And you know, I've never had a girlfriend.
Tomorrow, Hyacinth, you shall have the pick of every girl in the kingdom.
And so the next day, every girl in the kingdom was lined up outside the castle wall, all wearing their false noses. All except one.
How dare you? Where is your false nose?
Oh, good gracious, I must have forgotten to put it on.
False nose?
I'll have your pretty head for this.
False nose, Mother?
Oh, it's nothing. Move along, you freak.
But I find her attractive.
With a nose like that?
Oh, come, Mother. There's room for all of us in the world. Big noses, small noses. Kiss me, dear little princess.
But no matter how the prince tried to kiss her, his nose was in the way.
Oh, silly prince, why didn't you take it off?
Take it off? Witty. Very well, my pet. How do I take it off?
Like this!
Mother! You too? Oh, I've been living in a big-nosed fool's paradise.
But, Your Highness, you said there's room for all kinds of noses. Small, big.
Big? My nose is incredible.
Oh, yeah, but you're much more than just a nose.
Let's face it, dear little princess. I've got a nose like a cassava melon.
Okay, move over. What'd you just say?
I've got a nose like a cassava melon.
All right, sign here, please. Thank you. Kazam!
I beg your pardon?
I said kazam. That ends the curse.
But...
Oh, forevermore, I forgot the wand. So rushed lately, I don't know if I'm fading in or fading out. Kazam!
And so handsome Prince Hyacinth and dear little princess were married and
Fairy
lived...
number 53 in service. Go ahead.
Fairy 53, go to 7th and Main. A happy ending isn't working out. Seems the frog wasn't really an enchanted prince after all. Over.
Fairy 53, Roger, over and out.
Oh, I'm not a giant rock. It's just my uniform shrunk up on me. Hello there, friends. Today we take up the problem of being a successful baseball umpire. Oh, good. Here comes a player sliding into home plate now. You're out! Now there, friends, is a good example. If something in your voice and manner says, I'm fair and impartial even if you don't like the decision, the player will always accept your decision in a sportsmanlike manner. Sometimes, however, a certain amount of flexibility is not only expedient, but more conducive to good health. Safe! I meant to say safe all the time, but... Now here we have an excellent lesson in calling the play quickly. If you call it fast enough, the player will not have time to take an emotional side. I will demonstrate. You're out! Safe! Out! Foul ball? Which brings us to the problem of wearing good protective covering to avoid injury, such as this face mask and stomach padding.
Hey, you mean to say you can't get hurt if you wear those? Let me try. Me too.
Fine. Now, are you ready?
We're ready.
Hello again, Peabody here, and there is my boy Sherman, anxiously waiting beside the Wayback Machine.
What fascinating date in history are we going back to today?
The year 1519, where we will meet the famous navigator Ferdinand Magellan.
Gee, swell. And the place?
Spain, Sherman, to the seaport city of San Lucas.
Got it, Mr. Peabody.
Sherman and I entered the Wayback and were immediately whisked back through time, where we soon found ourselves in the presence of Magellan himself as he conferred with King Charles V of Spain.
Let me get this straight. You want me to put up the money so you can be the first one to sail around the world?
See, pitchy idea, no?
No!
But, Your Highness, think what an expedition like this gonna mean to Spain.
See, but think of the money it would cost. Sheesh! It would take my allowance for a whole week. Besides, I don't think it can be done.
But it can. See, I got all the charts and everything. I even have all the maps from the Auto Club.
I still don't think you can do it.
I can.
Can't.
I can.
Can.
He can.
Who are you?
I'm his boy Sherman, and he is Mr. Peabody. Mr. Peabody knows everything, don't you, Mr. Peabody?
That is correct, Sherman.
Ask him. He'll tell you the Magellan can sail around the world.
Can he?
He not only can, he will, I assure you.
There, you see? Now, come on, sire. Be a good sport.
All right. I will put up the pesos, but if you fail...
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna make it, or I tell you something. I'm gonna eat my sombrero.
See, with sombrero like that, it will be very fitting punishment. Now go, prepare for the journey at once.
Magellan, of course, was delighted. 5 stout ships were fully supplied and completely outfitted, and he was ready to sail.
At last, I am on my way. Adios, Senor Peabody.
Goodbye, Ferdinand. Smooth sailing. But as Magellan turned to leave...
Not so fast. Where do you think you are going?
Me, I'm gonna sail around the world.
Boy, what some hombres won't do to get out of paying a butcher bill.
I beg your pardon, did you say butcher bill?
See, he has owed me $2 for a dozen weenies for over a month. Now, either he pays the bill or he goes to jail.
I'm a man of honor. I'm gonna get a job and pay you this very afternoon, butcher.
All right. I give you till 4 o'clock. Then you pay the bill or else.
Realizing there was very little time, Magellan hurried into town where he applied for work. But nobody seemed to be hiring anybody that day.
It's no use. It's almost 4 o'clock. Now I will have to go to jail instead of going around the world.
Gosh, isn't there anything we can do to help Mr. Peabody?
I've been working on it, Sherman, and I see the answer to the problem right over there.
Bullfight today. $2 first prize to anyone who can stay in the ring with El Bruto for 3 minutes.
Well, if you excuse me, I think I go over to the jail now and pick out a number. Adios.
I assure you there's nothing to worry about, for I have a plan. We whisked Magellan into the bull ring, signed him up, and in a matter of minutes, he was ready to face the bull.
Look, here comes El Bruto.
Good, and there goes Magellan.
No.
The bull charged at Magellan with thundering fury, but Magellan, as I knew he would, nimbly jumped aside, and the bull missed him by a wide margin. Again and again the bull charged, and Magellan kept jumping and hopping so that never once did the bull touch him.
Look at him wiggle and move. I had no idea Magellan could jump around like that.
It's really quite easy when someone has poured ants into your trousers, as I did to him just before pushing him into the arena.
Ants in his pants? Golly, no wonder.
Thus Magellan easily eluded the bull for the required 3 minutes, won the $2, paid his weenie bill with the butcher, and at last was able to set sail.
Well, there he goes. And that's how he became famous as the first explorer to sail around the world.
Not only that, he also became famous as a great card player. You see, in order to pass the time on the long journey, he played poker with members of the crew, and one day made history by getting 265 straight flushes in a row.
Gosh, I never heard of that, Mr. Peabody.
Well, of course you have, Sherman. Everybody's heard of the Straits of Magellan.
Well, last time, Captain Horatio Hornswoggle,
Or, as we know him, Boris Badenoff,
made his bid to recapture command of the Maybe Dick. But things went amiss when Rollo the Ape accidentally knocked the bomb from his hand.
Now's our chance. Let's get out of here.
Bullwinkle, we can't run away like scared rabbits.
Could we walk away like brave rabbits?
No, we gotta throw that bomb overboard.
Okay, but being a hero sure makes you look stupid sometimes.
Sure enough, just then... However, that explosion hadn't come from the bomb at all, but from a squadron of British attack planes high above. And so when the smoke cleared...
Hey, it didn't go off.
Must be something wrong with the bomb.
Sure is. Look, there's 3 holes in it.
3 holes? Hey, I begin to smell a rat.
you call?
This isn't a bomb. It's a bowling ball.
You made a counterfeit bomb.
What else? Go get him, Rollo.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble with a capital trub.
This way, Bullwinkle. Through that door.
No use, Rock. It won't open.
Maybe it swings the other way.
Of course, what a fox path. But now all our troubles are, oh, boy.
And in a moment, our friends were dangling from the side of the ship while Rollo stumped gleefully on their fingers.
Oh, oh, oh!
Meanwhile, up on the bridge...
Oh, Boris, you're such a no-good-nick. You were born to be hissed.
Well, darling, guess we won't need this anymore.
And Natasha tossed the heavy bowling ball out of the porthole. As fate would have it, Rollo chose that moment to look over the rail at his hapless victims and...
We're saved, Rock!
Not quite. Look there.
Sure enough, the planes were peeling off for their final attack on the ship.
Natasha, do you see what I see?
Very often, darling.
Well, as the Bulgarians say, testy novas derotny.
Meaning?
The jig is up. Let's go.
And in a few moments, the villains were in a small boat pulling away from the Maybe Dick.
We leaving all our loot, Boris.
Silly girl. Everything we pirate is right here in these boxes.
Oh, you so smart, Boris.
Old mastermind thinks of everything, Natasha. Except...
Except what?
Where's Rollo?
A good question, for at that moment, Rollo was directly above them, and not wanting to be left behind, he leaped for Boris's boat.
No, Rollo. Go back. Go back.
And as the small boat capsized, Boris's boxes of loot were hurled through the air and right into Bullwinkle's hand.
Ooh!
Well, old mastermind, what you got to say for yourself now?
Only one thing to say, Natasha.
And that is?
Shut up your mouth.
Those British planes will be on us in a minute, Rock.
Quick, hand me that paintbrush.
And Rocky zoomed over the deck of Maybe Dick, painting as he went.
3 seconds to bomb point, sir. 2, 1.
Stop. Hold your fire.
What is it, Commander?
Look there, Featherbear.
Why, it's just a great big capital T, Commander.
And what time is it?
Exactly 4 o'clock.
Which is...
Good heavens. Tea time. By Jove, they must be British.
And the planes waggled their wings in a friendly farewell and flew on. So a little while later, our friends sailed into port to a hero's welcome.
Yay!
A welcome marred only when Captain Peach Fuzz tried to blow the whistle and pull the wrong lever. Then Maybe Dick sank like a stone, and to this day remains underwater, where it has been made into a rest home for retired skin divers.
But tell me, Rock, how did you ever get the idea of painting a big T?
Just between you and me, I didn't, Bullwinkle.
Hmm?
I was trying to spell out something else.
What was it?
This.
The end. Well, I'll be jiggered. So it is.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible. My fingers get tired. Oop! Another way for me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle? Owie!
Oop!